Okay, so you've already got your client to fill out the consent form and you've done a full consultation. You're going to get them nice and comfy on the bed. You're going to have all your products picked out already beside you on your trolley. So we're going to start with this client with the Stone Crop Gel Wash. All you have to do is just mix and dilute a tiny bit of water with a pea-sized amount of the gel in your hands. Apply and massage it into the skin with your fingertips in a circular motion covering the face. You can do this for about 1 to 3 minutes. And then you're going to completely remove the product. Here we're using a nice warm towel. And just gently making sure that all the product is off. And then we always do a double cleanse, so we're going to do that same process one more time. Here I'm just using a couple of sponges to help really work the cleanser in and make sure that we are getting a really clean base before we start. This is great for sensitive skin. The Stone Crop Gel Wash washes away impurities without drying out the skin, and the botanicals help to even out skin tone and minimize the appearance of blemishes to leave a healthy complexion. And then next, we're going to use a couple spritzes from the Neroli Age Corrective Hydrating Mist. This is a collagen boosting toner with natural retinol, and it's great for all skin types. And then we're going to take a couple 2x2 wipes and make sure that the skin is dry and it has completely absorbed that product. So we always show the client that we're using a one-time sterile disposable blade. And this is how you take it out of the package and make sure that you are protecting yourself. You leave it in the silver protective casing, and then you take your blade and your handle and you snap it on the whole time while you're holding the blade in the protective packaging to make sure that you don't cut yourself. We always use a 4x4 gauze to put beside the client so that you have something to wipe your blade on. So you're going to get your client to turn their head to one side. Make sure that any hairs are tucked underneath of the headband that you aren't wanting to dermaplane. And I usually start right below the lip line, all the way across, like right around the jaw, and I work my way up and then I go all the way across. So this is showing what the blade looks like. We always use the 10R butter blade. It is our favorite. And so we're gonna hold the skin taut. So you're gonna use 2 fingers to pull the skin super taut, and then you're gonna take your blade and you're gonna very gently start to remove that really fine peach fuzz, that vellus hair. You wanna make sure not to go over the same area multiple times if the client has sensitive skin. It's important to note that dermaplaning is a manual exfoliation, so this gentle scraping of the first layer of skin and the vellus hair is already a really good exfoliation, so you don't need to go over the area multiple times unless you've missed a few hairs and you're going back to make sure that you've got everything. Here you can see all your vellus hair and dead skin that has come off, and we already have a nice smooth surface of where we've dermaplaned so far. One of my favorite tips and tricks when dermaplaning is to always use black gloves, because the contrast from the black glove up to the skin, you can really see that if there's any hairs left over. During the service, we always make sure to take the hair that has been removed and put it on our 4x4 wipe, because it's nice to show the client after you're finished how much you have removed. It's very important to take extreme caution when working underneath the chin or the neck area. Same with the nose. Make sure that you're holding it taut. You're always looking at your blade and seeing the angle that you're going at. If you can't get into a certain area, if you don't feel comfortable and the blade doesn't feel right, the best advice is just to not do that area, because you'd rather not hurt the client or open the skin whatsoever. And then with the lip, you're going to hold the lip taut as well. And in the best possible position that you can get your hands, you're going to remove some of that peach fuzz. You can get your client to hold their top lip in a little bit, hold up their nose, get different angles to get all that little peach fuzz off. Here we're just showing the client where she has some of the baby hair, the wispy sideburns that are coming down. Some people do like to remove those hairs, but make sure that you have the conversation with your client before removing those. Here we're showing just where they're coming down, where they're growing downwards and not back up with the bulk of her hair. She was wanting those removed. So we're just going to gently scrape some of those baby wispy sideburns off. And then we've moved to the other side. You can also use your blade and you can go in a downward motion. The great thing about dermaplaning is that it is very gentle and it's very versatile. So however you feel most comfortable getting that vellus hair off, you can adjust your hands accordingly. The more you do it, the more you're going to see how you get the greatest impact on how you place the blade and how it glides over the skin to get as much hair as possible. A top tip to remember is always try to keep your blade at the 45-degree angle. We always want to avoid nicking the client, of course, and we are using a very sharp scalpel, so you want to make sure that you always have the blade at about that 45-degree angle. Again, I'm showing here my black glove up against the skin where you can see there's no hair left over. And then on the forehead, just be very careful. The forehead can be a sensitive area. Definitely don't go over it too many times if the client has sensitive skin. And look at all that vellus hair, that peach fuzz that we got from that client. So once we finish, we are going to cleanse one more time. I'm using the Stone Crop gel wash again. Just give a nice cleanse, a nice little facial massage there. So after cleansing and making sure that you got all the cleanser off, we're going to do a nice mask using the Yellow Sweet Clover Anti-Redness Mask. This reduces the appearance of fine lines with jojoba oil, while sweet clover and stone crop reduce the appearance of redness and irritation to leave your client's skin looking radiant and youthful. And all you have to do is emulsify a small amount of mask in your hand with a few drops of water. Apply evenly over the entire face as well as the neck. Allow the mask to dry for 5 to 10 minutes and then gently scrub off in a circular motion with a lukewarm face cloth. And then we're going to do a couple spritzes of the Soothing Chamomile Tonique. This is great toner to be applied after a professional treatment to neutralize and restore the skin's balance. And then the next step is to apply the Calm Skin Arnica Booster Serum. This is so nice because it does calm and balance the skin with its extra strength serum and product enhancer infused with arnica, chamomile, and lavender. And then our very last step, we're going to use the Stone Crop Whipped Moisturizer. This is a great way to end our dermaplaning procedure. This is effective moisturizer. It heals, reduces the appearance of irritation, and gently clarifies the skin's appearance. And then when you're all done, of course, you're going to dispose of your blade. So you're going to stick it inside of the sharps container, push down on the top as you twist the handle, and you're going to safely pull your blade off.